Happy Sunday and welcome to Insider News. Everyone in and around Oka last Sunday witnessed activities that marked the 2019 Egu Imoka Festival. Tonight on Insider News, we captured part of the highlights of the celebration, which will be brought to you shortly after the hard news. Please stay tuned. I am Priska Wanko, and now the details of the news. Special Sunday services have been held today in the Anglican Communion, as well as Christ Holy Church International, to mark this year's Father's Day celebration. Father's Day is a celebration honoring fathers and celebrating fatherhood, paternal bonds, and the influence of fathers in the society. Emmanuel Chibata takes the story from here.
Every third Sunday in June was equally used to present gifts, show love and concern, as well pray for fathers. In all the churches visited, fathers took the center stage, such as taking the Bible reading as church wardens and Sunday school teachings, among others. At St. Mary's Parish, Unkwele Oka, the vicar of the church, Reverend Canon Okechukwu Ekune, whose sermon centered on the theme of this year's Father's Sunday, which is, in understanding, be men, charged fathers not to relent in their efforts and toiling, just like men after God's own heart. The priest, who stressed that men should continue to labor in the vineyard of the Lord, used the opportunity to encourage wives and children to be submissive to their husbands and ensure that absolute unity reigns in their family.
As are the pillars of church, society, and nation. They are the head in the family, the prime mover in affairs of church and nation.
Also, the priest in charge of Chapel of the Healing Cross, Chukwuemeka Odumegwu University Teaching Hospital, Amako Oka, Reverend Nnedozie Chukwuogo, who noted that the ministry of fatherhood is a critical ministry, added that fathers play a pivotal role in the affairs of the society. Similarly, in a sermon at Christ Holy Church International, Oka number 1 and number 2, Senior Pastor Kajetan Onyaka and Senior Evangelist Peter Ima, whose messages centered at the heart of a champion, encouraged families to always pray for their fathers, advising the fathers to love their wives, who in return should respect them. They lamented the increase in divorce and promiscuity being witnessed in the society today, stating that God does not want such in the life of every Christian.
Heart is the center of everything that happens in this life. You love through your heart. You do everything through your heart.
Some fathers who spoke to ABS, including the chairman, Christ Holy Church Men Fellowship Oka number 1, Mr. Amechi Nwafo, and Elder Emma Nzomiwu, noted that it is their duty as the head of the family to nurture and care for the family. Praises and prayers of thanksgiving featured in the churches. In Oka, Emmanuel Shibata, ABS News.
The 6th Anambra State House of Assembly has been commended for passing a bill banning marriages involving people living with incompatible genotypes, and the bill that seeks the reduction in the expenses of organizing funeral and burial rites in the state. The Bishop on the Niger, Right Reverend Dr. Owen Nwokolo, will make the commendation during his presidential address at the first session of the 31st Synod of the Diocese, with the theme, Stand Firm in the Faith, at the Ascension Anglican Church, Isiafo. Noted that the diocese has been on the vanguard of championing the cause, and these laws have added vigor and teeth to their operations. Ogochukwu Orano has the rest of the story.
The bishop also lauded Governor Willie Obiano for ably controlling crime rates in the state and urged him not to relent in his efforts to keep the state secured. He called on Christians to be diligent and forthright in detecting and correcting of societal errors.
And should be alert over the wiles of Satan, temptation, and false teachers. To achieve these, they are called to stand firm in the faith, which implies to strengthen themselves in their spiritual position and to hold their ground firmly against the enemy. The point in question is undoubtedly faith in the atonement by the cross of Christ and faith in the resurrection with all its moral consequences.
On the state of the nation, Bishop Nwokolo, while commending the Buhari administration for the second Niger Bridge, which he described as a landmark project in the history of his administration, urged him not to allow petty politics make him to abandon the project of that magnitude halfway. He equally called on the federal government to give attention to Southeast's deplorable federal roads. He advised Nigeria's judges to be in firm control of their courts for lasting democracy and urged the 9th National Assembly to begin the processes of restructuring the country. The event was well attended by personalities from across Nigeria, government officials, and the clergy. From Ascension Anglican Church, Isiafo, Ogochukwu Orano for ABS News.
A group of students of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, COOU, Igbariam campus, led by a final year law student, Comrade Obinna Ekwenze, has added their voice to the endless call for a healthy environment by planting over 30 trees at the convocation ground of the university. The convener, Mr. Ekwenze, says they are doing their little bit to promote a greater cause for a better environment in line with the United Nations crusade for a better climate and to ameliorate the sufferings of the students of the institution who usually find no shade in the tree-scanty university environments. Correspondent Daniel Ezigwe was at the university to monitor this exercise and now takes the story from her.
More than a week after the world celebrated the International Environmental Day and with the 3 million tree planting mandate by Governor Willie Obiano, Mr. Ekwenze said the trees will also serve timeless environmental and safety significance and give the surrounding a more colorful look. As they walked about 2 kilometers from the university's Faculty of Law to the field where the trees will be planted, holding up banners and placards to illuminate their point to safeguard the environment, their voices remained as resolute as there was on the placards. The organizer of the exercise, Mr. Ekwenze, noted that the governor's target of 3 million trees is a solid prospect that demands the input of every Anambra. He said it was imperative to meet the demands of environmental protection, of which planting of trees and regular sanitation are part of, and pledged that they would keep drumming calls for actions that place human and environmental needs first.
Up with this initiative to get students to be interested in their environment, and we noticed that our university is bare and we need to plant more trees to serve as shade for the students.
Other students who were part of the exercise said there was a need for more trees in the school's vicinity, which would be of great benefit to the bare environment and to the students who could catch shades under them when the sun heats up. From Igbariam campus of the Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University, Daniel Ezigwe, ABS News.
Days after the June 12 new date of the Democracy Day was celebrated, reactions have continued to throw the declaration, with many describing the day as a welcome development. Correspondent Emengini Osaribe felt the pulse of the people in Onitsha and filed in this report.
Speaking to the ABS in an interview, a legal practitioner, Barrister Lucky Obaha, described June 12 as a remarkable day in the country, commending the president for recognizing the day and the efforts of some Nigerians who sacrificed their life to ensure that democracy take its effect in the country.
If the people in government, especially the executive, they are ready to respect the rule of law, they are ready to play their roles as the executive, definitely with dedication and commitment and a continuous struggle for it, we will get there.
On his part, an Onitsha-based businessman, Chief James Asiebu, who maintained that the aim for observing the day is worthwhile, regretted that the heart desire of the political matter, the late Chief Moshood Abiola, concerning the poor masses, is yet to be actualized, adding that so many Nigerians are hungry and unemployed.
The aim of Abiola is still not, we have not achieved it. If you want to celebrate what Abiola died for, we are going to celebrate what he has in mind for Nigerians, for the commoners, to make me and you, to make Nigeria prosperous.
In the separate interviews, a legal estate broker, Mr. Chiedozie Ume, and a businessman, Pastor Mark Atabi, commended President Buhari for having the political will to declare the day, which his predecessors could not do, adding that the advent of June 12, 1993, ushered in the democratic government the country is enjoying since 1999 till date. The duo decried security challenges confronting the country and called on the federal government to address the issue by placing capable hands in the security apparatus of the country to check the spread of killing and kidnapping in society.
I urge the government to do more than creating a day for democracy day. they should do more for the family.
Concerning the democracy day, is a welcome development. The advent of June 12, 1993 was what ushered in the democratic government in 1999.
Everyone in and around Oka last Sunday witnessed activities that marked the 2019 Egwu Imoka Festival. Insider News captured parts of the highlights of this celebration, which will be brought to you after this timeout. Please stay tuned.
People look at me with pity. Opportunity are given to the others, even when I'm qualified.
Sometimes people don't see you for what you're really worth.
They cannot see that I'm more than this.
At Access Bank, we see you not for who you are today, but for who you will be tomorrow. Access, more than banking.
ABS, Heartbeats of the East.
Back to the news. Oka indigents, as usual, trooped home from far and wide to be part of this year's Egwu Imoka Festival. Chibuzo Obidike of Insider News captured the mood of this event and brought back details.
Oka Town is known for its rich cultural heritage. Notable is the Imoka Festival, which drew its origin centuries ago when the Oka Town imported a deity from outside the state. Some school of thought had it that Imoka, a female deity, was imported into Oka from the other people in the present-day Abia state, while another school traces its root to the culture of the Igala people in the former Midwestern Nigeria. It is believed that the deity plays the role of a guardian and a protector, especially in times of war, making Oka people known and recognized for their bravery. There are major feasts associated with the festival, like the visit to Umuokpu, Egwu Opueke, and the final Egwu Imoka. Normally, preparation for the festival starts in late April of every year and runs through the middle of May, when the celebration reaches its peak. But this year's edition was celebrated in June because of some purification that needed to be done in the Olori Imoka. The festival gets to its peak when Oka people living in the main town chooses one day to visit their brothers at Umuokpu, a settlement of Oka people some kilometers away, in order to alert them that the time for the celebration has come. The Opueke dance is a rich cultural dance performed by female worshippers of Imoka Shrine, as the women, dressed in colorful costumes, costly beads, and other pieces of jewelry, danced extensively in the market square in honor of the deity controlling the shrine. The next day is the grand finale of Egwu Imoka. The council, ndị ọzọ of Awka community, are of the opinion that the Imoka shrine is symbolic and is represented by the unique white-bellied monkey, popularly reserved and respected as the messenger of the deity.
Ụbọchị nkwọ bụ egwu Imoka. Egwu Imoka ebe jikọrọ Awka niile. Ọ egwu anyị ga-ekete maka ọdịnala Awka. Eji akpali amụ wede na-ekene Chukwu na o debere anyị ndụ anyị nọchaa bido na mbido arọ wee ruo na ngwụcha arọ wee bata na arọ ọhụụ.
Anyị bụ ndị ọzọ na-edewe iwu ebe anyị bụ taa bụ na nke arọ nwa karị ndị ọzọ a na-eme sinsi udo dị na ya ị na-aba ibe na mmiri ezoro oluche ka o zoro ma nye ozoro Awka niile nọkwa asaa ma nna obodo oyibo natacha ụdị mmadụ n'obodo oyibo ga-achị manata 4 days today because of it. So ọ na-ata anyị ụtọ na nke dị si amaka.
Anyị na-eme kwa arọ na-eme omenala anyị na-etowenye na-eme ka enwe udo na anyị na-egro the culture ime ka the culture anyị kwụsie ike n'ala ya bụ nke ịbọ. Nke ịtọ bụ na ọ na-eme ndị ọbịa amagburo ka Awka si eme abịa malụ ka Awka si eme.
To others, the festival, which is celebrated at the beginning of the farming season, signifies the hope of the townspeople that their female deity will make the land fertile so as to yield bountiful harvest. So says the President General, Awka Development Union Nigeria.
Festival is a Thanksgiving festival. Thanksgiving in the sense that at the beginning of every planting season, which coincides with the beginning of the rainy season, the Awka people gather together to celebrate, to thank God, to ask God for blessings while they go out to plant, to trade, to smith, and to do all kinds of activities. This culture has been there for, like I told you, for more than 100 years. So it is something that is there and has been uniting Awka for so many years, and it's still uniting Awka. And if you look, there are small children who participate, telling you that there's is a culture that would be sustainable.
Other respondents believed that the festival gives them opportunity to fraternize with each other.
Christmas in Kai. Or egwu Awka. Egwu Awka. Obon egwu onye ọbụla amụ n'Awka. Egwu iso n'egwu. Onya bụ mkpali amụ nke anyị. Onya ma bụ masịrị tọọ n'anyị.
Well, quite interesting. Well, they say culture is a people's way of life, and it's clear that Oka indigenes are actually proud of their culture and tradition, as was showcased in the Egwi Moka Festival 2019. And that is where we end Insider News tonight. But just before we go, remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any parts of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/ABS Radio TV online. Follow us on Twitter at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And that's the end of the news as edited by David Okwasili and the production crew. My name is Priska Wankwa. Many thanks for watching. Good evening.